my neighbour was Jack Fox. We called him the Tap. He was a great friend of mine, my great friend, you know. He was an old lad, and he was a fantastic storyteller. Like he'd tell you lies to bet the band, you know what I mean? Like now the man was as straight as the day was long, you know what I mean? He'd never do you wrong or never actually tell you a lie to deceive you, but he'd tell you lies to entertain you all day long, you know. But he lived halfway between us and the shop, and my mother dreaded him because anytime she'd have to, we'd no phone, so we had to go up to the phone box in the shop, you know. Or if someone called, you'd have to go for a bit of ham or something, whatever, to make sandwiches, you know. And she'd be like, "Don't stop and talk to Jack Fox now. Don't stop and talk to Jack. He'll keep you too long, you know." Because he would, like, he'd keep you for 2 hours, you know. Because he was retired at the time and he was always out the front sticks, you know. But Ash, look, he was a great crack. Anyway, 'twas early one summer's morning. The sun was rising o'er Lacey's hill. I strapped me greyhounds and set off walking. I wished to God I was walking still. The hawthorn trees were in their glory, all dressed in white like brides in bloom. A lark was singing in Doolin's meadow, where Mick the Peaker was whistling a tune. Then up ahead I met the Tap, and he's sitting out on a block of wood. He asked me if I'd stop a while. He needn't have, sure he knew I would. He lit a fag and took a drag, a schoolboy smiled from ear to ear. He pulled up a block beside his own and said, "Young Doyle, you'll sit down here." He told me of his working days, with men the likes of old Tom Feen, of the pranks they played and the spakes they made, and of how this world had one time been. We sat and talked an hour or more, my hound stretched out upon the grass. We laughed at one another's jokes and waved at every car that passed. And when the time it came to part, for we both had duties to fulfill, I did so with a gladdened heart, and I'm glad his yarns are with me still. For the Tap is gone, he lives no more, and the whole world seems less bright. And I often wake and think of him in the dark and lonesome night. Then I think of all me neighbours and how much we loved the Tap, for he always lent a helping hand and asked for nothing back. His head was full of stories, his heart was full of fun. He wore a smile from ear to ear, or which two bright eyes shone. When we took him to the graveyard, the wind blew harsh and cold, until someone started laughing at a yarn that he once told. One yarn sparked another, till tears streamed from every eye, and we cried with love and laughter, and saw the Tap would never die. For he lives on in his stories, in the joy they bring us all, and that's why, of all me neighbours, I loved him best of all.
Okay.